Okay, Shola here, and I want to here I want to go over some fundamentals of like call to action marketing. So something happened today. I was sitting here in Starbucks, and maybe at least 10 times when I come to the Starbucks, maybe at least 10 times a year, I'll meet some interesting contacts. So I happen to be hearing a lawyer talk about um, oh dear. Okay, how did that happen? Um, oh, okay. I happen to be hearing a lawyer talk about. Okay, you can see it right here. Talking about intellectual property, and I happen to talk about our podcast, the Accessible AI podcast. So you can see here, and I am putting the business card in front of the camera, so you can see that I held it to the um, I held it to the camera of the computer. Okay, but be that as it may, I just want to show you what I did. So first of all, the guy asked me for my card and didn't have it. So I do what I normally do as a call to action when people ask me for my business card, which is I asked them to connect with me on LinkedIn. And the reason why I like LinkedIn is because you can get their contact information, okay, and also you can see something about them, right, under contact info. All right. So, but when I was talking to them, I realized that I almost always have to have them just go through the process of going on LinkedIn and then typing in my name. And so a brilliant idea came to my mind, which is to set up a evergreen bit.ly link. Okay. And when I am in networking with people, just tell them to go to bit.ly/LinkedIn Shola. Okay. The benefit of this is that whenever I'm talking to people, it's like I've created a LinkedIn funnel without having to do any of the work. Right. So that is my call to action. Now, the way that you can do it is really simple. You just go to your page. You can customize the link, so make sure it's customized. All right, and then go into Bitly, and then just create a link, and then you might have to edit it, and then you give it a name. All right. So that got me thinking. What made me think about this? Okay, what made me think about this is yesterday I happened to see a tweet from someone that I follow on LinkedIn, author that I follow on Twitter, and I decided to tweet him back and told him like, oh wow, yeah, I've actually created a Google Doc with the um, with the questions in there, right? And so I just really quickly took um, the link from Google Docs and I gave it a name, all right, and then here you go. Like you'll see that it's already showing like literally in um, approximately 25 hours, or not even 20, 25, 24 hours. I did it at 7:25 Eastern Standard Time. I sent 20 links. Now, reality of the situation is that this started me thinking about the fact that as a famous management guru, Peter Drucker said, what gets measured gets improved. And I realized that everything you do at the end of the day, it all boils down to that first direct response, that first core action, which is driving them to a call to action link and then getting them to take action. And then also the thing that struck me is that how many of these links that like I haven't been focused on the fundamentals. I have so many links. And if you go to one of the things I realized about just using like James Clear as a really wonderful case study is that like he basically almost his the call to action is pretty much the same, right? Like he if you look at all of his if you look at all of his social profiles, I go to James Clear Twitter, all right? If I go to James Clear Instagram, if I go to James Clear his Facebook page, you'll see that it all goes to jamesclear.com/newsletter. Let me go James Clear Instagram, right? And so he's getting all that traffic. And the guy is so methodical about it that he was on an interview. And I think that he said that he had calculated that basically about 5% of his clicks opt in. Okay. and um, he's getting like 2 million visitors a a month. Or he said views from the interview, but let's just call it visitors. And I don't know if that's unique plus you turning or whatever. But the whole point is that imagine the reason why his list has grown so much is that like he's very clear about that one thing he wants people to do. Um, this used to be jamesclear.com slash. I think this is a new email address actually. I mean, a new. I think he has two. One for weightlifting, and this is the regular one. Yeah, newsletter. You see, so this one has more on it. So whether this is on um, his Instagram or his Twitter. And so that just made me think about the power of focus, the power of basically giving your not splitting the focus of your visitors and giving them one main action to do. And Ben Settle talked about that a lot too. So that's why I decided that for right now I want to start getting more visibility and awareness for my YouTube channel. And so I already saw that um, I have driven let's see. I have driven how many links? Yeah, like 78 clicks. Okay, to this what used to be my old call to action, and it's like literally every I haven't done anything, but literally every month since I did that, somebody has visited that link, all right? And it wasn't even optimized. I mean, I freaking forgot about, to be honest with you, it was a link to sign up for my calendar. I forgot about it. So what I decided to do is that I wanted a new call to action, and this I want to get people to uh, um start following my updates on YouTube. And so what I decided to do is use this code. Okay, this is the if this is whatever is after channel slash this code and question mark. If you add this code right here to it, you will you will turn it into an automatic subscription request, right? So as example, I just take this right here. All right, this is the code that comes from your YouTube channel. All right, okay, and you click right here. Okay, and you see this code right here. Okay, so if I just take this off and add this, then all right, okay, then you have the code to have people automatically opt in, right? So what I'm going to do is just go into I need to go into an incognito window on Chrome, and you'll see that when I click this, it gets people to automatically subscribe, right? And the reason why I do it this way as opposed to just sending them to this page is that, like, until I fix this banner and have something that says subscribe here, like, it's not, there's so many different things that people can do, but this right here is almost like content locking, right? And it's like people have to do one of two things. They either have to subscribe or they hit cancel, right? So I am just going to be monitoring this link. The benefit of these links, these Bitly links, number one, is that I can remember this, right? Like when I'm talking to somebody, when it's about giving a verbal call to action. When I'm talking to somebody about my YouTube channel, it's hard for them to say, "Hey, go to YouTube, search for my name, and then hit the subscribe button." I can just say, "Hey, go to bit.ly slash Costa Shola YouTube." All right. Same things with LinkedIn. I can just say, "Go to bit.ly slash LinkedIn Shola." Right. And again, all of this is about having something very a few links that you're pointing people to, but ideally, all of your social links should be pointing to should be pointing to one main call to action that you want for people. So if it's your newsletter, one thing you can do is that they have these links. It's called, let me see, this woman, Terry, the trader. Instagram. She does it really well. They have these services that you can use, Terry, and what you can do is you can direct everybody to this link, and then when they click on the link, they have a few different options they can work with, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 call to actions, right? Now, if you wanted to get fancy with it, you could create a um, bit.ly link, and then you link out to a link rotator. All right. And then what the link rotator would do is based upon who is visiting or based upon a certain percentage, let's say 50% of the visitors, they would show them each one of these links. And then the one that converts is the one they would show. All right. Click meter or click magic link rotator. All right. So this is just really, really valuable here. Link rotator. All right. Maybe it's click meter, but volume does it, as does test easily, and um, a couple of other trackers, right? So that's again, this is like getting back to the fundamentals of number one, focus, number two, tracking, number three, optimizing the traffic that you're already getting. And I'm just realizing that the takeaway here to summarize, um, to summarize actually, let me just do it on something right here. This is another thing you can do is I'm just going to go on to PowerPoint, and I'm just going to put a slide right here because this will make a good, all right, this will make a really good thumbnail to optimize your CTA links. All right. Um, um, use a link. Use link tracking analytics. Use call to action. Action. Ideally, one that enables you to change your CTA link or test based on who the visitor is. A/B test or multivariable test with percentages. All right. Um, B, have a CTA link strategy. Your CTA link is the 80/20 of your marketing. If no one clicks on your first CTA link or your verbal CTA, no sale. Use Bitly or Pretty Link on WordPress or just a custom domain redirect to drive people to one main CTA link. CTA link. One main destination CTA link. All right. Tip. You can use a tool like it's called Linktree. There's a couple of different ones, but this is one. Actually, what I would do is just in terms of the strategy, you can use it. You can use a tool like um, you can use a tool like typical media buying trackers, volume test, test, easily click meter plus um, link tree plus link. What is it? All right. Um, link link tree. All right. Link link tree. So one, you can use a tool like to and link tree and multiple offers to see what combination gives you the highest EPCs, right? So you can either drive traffic to a you can either drive traffic to a link tree link, all right, that gives people several options you can click on, or you can drive traffic to just one call to action link like James Tree does, and you can decide which one gives you like the overall EPCs over like whatever day 0, day 1, day 7, or whatever. The whole point, though, the whole point is use a tool that enables you to change the destination URL and have one easy to um, tip to and, and and you and easy to remember CTA link. Example, see uh, bit.ly slash LinkedIn and show. Another one is bit.ly um, coastal show YouTube, right? Like that's super easy for me to remember. And when I'm talking to people, I don't have to rush now and say, oh, go here, go there. Like the more steps you have people to do, like the lower your conversion rate is going to be, right? So this is a really great way of doing a verbal call to action and a internet based call to action, right? So as example, when I was talking to these fellows, all right, right in front of me, okay, when I was talking to these fellows and I grabbed this business card, all right, I grabbed the business card of this, as I looked for him, distinguished gentleman um, in the into IP law space, right? And they had their phones in front of them, so I could just tell them to look up my. I had to give them my name, which is like kind of not the easiest to spell, and then they had to look for me. That was a lot. In the future, just tell them to go to bit.ly slash LinkedIn shoulder, and if they want to subscribe to YouTube, just go to bit.ly slash Coastal Shola for YouTube, right? Super simple. And the benefit of that is that now I can test it, right? Like it's pretty. I can like I can test what um, I could test what traffic sources are coming to. Oftentimes, when it's direct, I know, okay, I probably talked to that person. Let's just say I had just yesterday had been in whatever Finland, and I talked to 20 people. I gave them the call to action, and now I see 10 new um, like clicks from Finland. It means that I probably those were probably the 10 of the people I talked to, and wow, I got a 50% conversion on my verbal call to action. I should probably be using the same same call to action. So again, the takeaway here is just your call to action links. All right, can be both digital and um, verbal. Right, verbal call to action. All right, web call to action and digital, and be very deliberate about it. And don't um, don't follow the mistake that I made, which is you have a gazillion of these, and so you have traffic going to so many different like call to actions, and so you're looking at it and you're like, well, none of these work, but that's just because you haven't gotten any of these. Um, none of these have gotten enough statistically significant traffic to make a difference, right? So now, yeah. So there you go. All right, sure. Take care. Take action.